All right, guys, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Today we're going to be talking about how to stay active at work. And the picture that's going to be painted today is that you wake up, you get in your car, and you go to work, and you sit down, and then you open up your email and you see a request to get something done by your boss or from a teammate. So you open up Excel, you start working on it. All of a sudden, 12 p.m. hits, you're still working, but you're not done with it. So you go and grab your lunch, you sit down at your desk, and you keep working. And then before you know it, it's 5 o'clock. You come home, and then you turn on the TV, eat dinner, watch the NFL, watch baseball, put your kids to bed, and then eventually you go to bed and do the same thing over again. Now, there's a few things wrong with this scenario. One being that it didn't involve any physical activity, as well as it involved sitting all day. Sitting as a financial analyst, whatever your job is, it's a part of the job, but sitting all day is actually something that's incredibly unhealthy for you. Not from just the chances of becoming obese, but also it creates problems with your joints in your lower back, your knees, your neck, all these different things. It's something that's not very good for you. And so in this video for the next few minutes, I'm just going to be talking about some of the things that I have done to not only break up my day, but also to be active at work. This is something that's super duper important and that I care about a lot. Because as I've finished school and as I've started my full-time job, I've had health issues that have stemmed from sitting all day. One of those being the tendons in my feet tend to tighten up and they make it to where I can hardly walk. The second thing is that my neck has hurt before. And the third thing is my lower back. Now, fast forward to now, okay? I've minimized all of these things through just a few key things that I do on a weekly/daily basis to make sure that I'm being healthy, not for my boss's sake, but for my sake, okay? Because I don't really live to work. I work to live. Work is just something that I go to so I can provide for my family, but it's not the number one thing in my life. And so when I'm at work, I need to make sure that I'm still being healthy. That way I can be the best father and husband that I can be. So the first thing is that oftentimes when we get to work, we try to get to the closest spot. We try to go to the closest bathroom. We try to go to the closest break room. We take the elevator instead of the stairs. And so some of the things that I've done, rule number one is I don't go to the closest thing, okay? So what I mean by that is that I don't park super far away, but I also don't park super close to the front door of my work. I park far away enough where I have to walk a significant amount to get to my desk. The second thing is as soon as I walk in, I don't take the elevator. I work on the third floor of my building. And so what I do is I take the stairs, okay? Then I come in and I sit down. Now, that's the first thing. The second thing is I don't go to the closest bathroom. That's by my desk. I go to the next closest bathroom. The reason for that is, again, to maximize those steps. The next thing that I do is I try really hard not to eat my lunch at my desk. Again, so I can get steps in, okay? And the final thing that I do at work is I try to get up every hour for about 5 minutes to loosen up my back. Now, every company that I've worked for has an ergomatic committee where their job is to try to keep you guys healthy. And one of the things they talk about is that you need to get up about every 45 minutes. And that is so true. So I try to get up every 45 minutes and walk around for 5 minutes, whether that is to the bathroom or to the cafeteria to get a fork or a spoon for my breakfast or for my lunch or whatever it is. I try to get up every 45 minutes and loosen up my back, loosen up my legs, loosen up everything and keep the blood flowing. The second thing that I do on a daily basis is I try really hard to get 10,000 steps every single day. Now, some of the time that is really easy, as I like to run, but on the days that I don't run, I do everything that I just described and I get those steps to accumulate throughout the whole entire day. Now, the big hitter that I do is at lunch, I try to go and walk on the treadmill for 20 to 30 minutes. Now, the purpose of this walk is to stay active, but also as well as to clear my head and maybe get some answers to some of the problems that I had in the morning, okay? So, my second recommendation is at lunch, okay? Go for a walk, whether it's on a treadmill, whether it's around your building, or whether it's outside, getting sunlight, getting your vitamin D, putting your phone down and going outside can significantly increase your happiness level, as well as increase your activity level, okay? The third thing that I do is I do cardio. Now, the debate here is that you don't need cardio to lose weight. And now I completely agree with that. As calorie deficit is king, you don't need to do something that is super hard to lose weight. However, though, if you're a desk jockey, you need to do cardio, in my opinion. And the reason for that is it's not so much about the weight loss, it's about being healthy, okay? I can't tell you how many people that I know that have chronic back pain, chronic feet pain, chronic whatever, because of their choice to not be active, okay? So do cardio, do some sort of cardio to keep your body moving and break out of that monotony of sitting at a desk, okay? The other thing that I do is I have a standing desk. So I do stand up throughout the day to stretch my back and stretch my feet, get things moving, okay? Now, throughout the workday though, there's things that come up that may make this hard. And some of that is things that you need to do in your job. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do those things, because you do need to do that. You do need to get those things done. However though, you do need to get up throughout the entire day or throughout the day so you can stay healthy. And just by parking a little further away, not going to the closest bathroom, taking the stairs versus taking the elevator, as well as going to eat your lunch in a break room instead of at your desk, can really make your steps add up to where it's pretty easy to get 10,000 steps in a day, especially when you take your lunch break. Now, every company's different, okay? I show up to my work super duper early so I can take 30 minutes and still go home at the same time, okay? My company doesn't. It's an unpaid lunch, and if we, whatever we take, we have to tack on. And so oftentimes what I do is that I eat my lunch at my desk and then I go for a walk for, like I said, 20, 30 minutes, but I still get to go home because I show up pretty early. Now, the other thing here is that as those things accumulate, you may feel like, well, I don't have time, I can't go. I promise you that you should take the time to get up, because even your ergomatic health team is going to tell you to get up on a daily basis every 45 minutes. Because again, humans weren't meant to be sitting all day. And so sitting all day has created a lot of different things, okay? Some scary things is that 44% of people within America are obese. Okay, back in the 1970s, 1980s, that statistic was a lot different. It was around 12 to 15%, okay? But because of our change in culture and our change in society, it has created a lot of issues within ourselves, or because of ourselves, because of our own choices, okay? So as a desk jockey, you have to be very, very intentional about what you do for physical activity throughout the entire day, as well as what you put into your body. So this brings me to the second thing, how to stay fit at work. That is eating the correct things throughout the entire day. Now, okay, before, when I wasn't watching what I was eating, okay, oftentimes I would just get whatever was at the cafeteria at my job or whatever I had in the fridge, stuff like that, okay? And then my wife made a comment once, and I didn't think it was true until I started tracking everything. She said, you probably eat like 4,000 to 5,000 calories on the days that, you eat dinner and then we order something from DoorDash, whether that's Wendy's or whatever. You eat 4,000 to 5,000 calories. I didn't think that was true until I started tracking everything, and then I realized, oh crap, I do, okay? So being very cognizant of what you're putting into your body. Okay, now what you put into your body is reflected by your activity level. Okay, not everybody's gonna be like some of these fitness influencers where they're working out 10 to 20 hours a day or 10 to 20 hours a week, and they need to eat 6,000 calories to maintain their physique. That's not most of us. Okay, even for me, when I'm training for a race, I try to keep my calorie intake between 2,200 to 3,000 calories. Now on the weekends, that ribbon kind of untightens, mainly just because of the fact that I have a long run on Saturday. And so because of that, I need to eat a little bit more to recover better. Okay. So the way you find out what you're supposed to put into your body, or the amount, is and you can do this very simply, you can take your body weight and times it by 15, or you can go online and just type in maintenance calorie calculator, and you can put in your information based on your activity level, and it will give you an estimate of what you're supposed to eat throughout the day. Okay. Now, when you find out how much you're supposed to eat, okay, you have to kind of make a decision. Do you want to lose weight or do you want to gain muscle? And from there, that's when you adjust things. Okay. If you want to gain weight, you go into a calorie surplus by 100 to 200 calories more than your maintenance calories. If you want to lose weight, then you shrink down 100 to 200 calories, but from your maintenance calories. Okay. So, and some of it is trial and error. Okay. You may get some information back from this calorie calculator, and you're like, okay, I'll give it a shot, and you might feel like garbage. Okay. If you feel like garbage, meaning you have no energy, all of that, okay, that usually means you're not eating enough. And so you need to adjust it accordingly because it's not perfect. Okay. So before August 1st, I was about 240 to 245 pounds. Okay. And I kind of had this idea in my head that, I'm not 18 anymore. I'm not in high school. So like, I'm just destined to gain weight. And I had gained weight, and I was pretty disappointed in myself. And so what I did is I decided to lose the weight. And what has worked for me is these things along with the calorie deficit. So I've gone from 3,200 calories down to 2,200 calories. Now, for most people, that would be like, oh my gosh, that's so drastic. Not really, based on my activity level. Okay, 10,000 steps per day, is not that much, to be upfront. When I go on my long runs, let's say 4 miles is about 10,000 steps. Okay, I ran 12 miles yesterday, and that was almost 25,000 steps. Okay, when you get to 25, 30, okay, when you're really, really active, you have to eat more. And so 2,200 can be a significant calorie deficit. For me, it's not, because I wake up, I run or lift, go to work, and then I come back, and then I usually, run or lift depending on what I've done for that day already. And so the calorie deficit isn't that big based on my activity level, because 10,000 steps, even though that's, a good number to choose from, it's not a significant amount to make me overly tired. I usually get overly tired when my mileage increases and I'm not eating enough. Okay. And so that's something that is just super important to understand. Okay. Now, along with fueling your body correctly, do not eat carbs. That is the most terrible piece of advice that you can get. The advice of not eating processed carbs is good. Processed carbs is like, chips, whether that's Lay's, Doritos, Goldfish. That stuff is processed carbs. You want to be eating good carbs. Stuff like potatoes. Potatoes are very good carbs, as well as they're very satiating, so they'll fill you up. You have jasmine rice, brown rice, quinoa, oats, whole grain pasta, whole grain anything. Those are really good sources of carbs. Okay, so you still got to eat carbs. You don't want to overeat them because they can retain water and they can make you bloated, and that's how you can gain some weight. And so you just want to make sure you're eating a good amount. And again, you won't know that unless you go and work with a nutritionist or just by trial and error. The other thing is that you want to watch out for is as a desk jockey, you want to make sure you're putting good fuel into your body. And what I mean by that is you want good protein sources, stuff that where it's low in fat and provides a great amount, a huge amount of protein. Stuff like chicken breast, very lean ground beef, ground turkey, ground chicken. Chicken thighs are pretty good. They do have a little bit more fat in them, but they still carry a good amount of protein in them, as well as all types of fishes, whether it's salmon, sardines, ahi, tuna, whatever it is in the seafood aisle. You just want to make sure that it's packing a good amount of protein. You want good quality protein with good quality carbs, as well as you want good healthy fats, stuff like avocados, a little bit of olive oil, to help fill you up. And so as you're trying to stay active at work, you'll see better results if you follow these certain things. Okay, and just as a review, again, park further away, don't use the stairs, don't go to the closest bathroom, try not to eat your lunch at your desk, and go to the next closest break room. Go for a walk at lunch, after lunch, to kind of just clear your head. That's something that's super important. And then more importantly, getting up every 45 minutes, whether that's to go to the bathroom, to grab something, or to take a quick break. All those steps will accumulate. And then next thing you know, you'll be at 10,000 steps. And that's just a good number to start at. Don't let your steps get below 10,000 steps, okay? Now, it's super important, super hard to do, but it's something that you need to do as a desk jockey. You need to be very, very intentional about the way you fuel your body and what you do for your activity level, okay? So I hope this helps on, what a typical dad tries to do to stay active at work. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget to tell your friends as well to like and subscribe. I'm open to talking about things that you guys say in the comments, questions that you may have. Again, this purpose of this channel is to talk about what a husband, father, the typical average Joe does. I'm completely 100% natural. I don't take any performance enhancing drugs. And so if you're looking for ways to get huge or to body build, stuff like that, I'm not your channel. You should go to the Trend Twins, Alex Eubank, Jesse James, Sam Sulik, stuff like that. But if you're looking more for just how to be healthy in today's society, when so much of today's society is unhealthy, and how to do that as a father, a husband, as a desk jockey at work, whatever it is, then I'm your guy. I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. And so whatever you guys are willing to ask, I'll try to go and find an answer and show you what I'm doing to make things happen. So again, don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.